perfect for a couple looking for a romantic stay. The weather was cloudy, with the ambiance a bit chilly. I thought about lighting the fireplace while my husband carried our luggage to the bedroom. The wood crackled as soon as it came in touch with the fire. There was a big...
So, take you out to a secluded area. What if I'm...
That's right. I am Imkira.
Bro, I'm not letting him in. Tell us to sit the fuck down so we can film this fucking video. Oh my god. Oh my god, you really want him in the video. She wants this corny cat in the video for what? She wants him to make an appearance. She wants him to be featured. Man. Taylor, I'm gonna beat you up. Bro, you think people want to see his ugly ass? His ugly ass? Look at his head. He's ugly as hell.
He's so cute.
Alright. We got another day with the lady.
Hello.
We're gonna be watching 3 true Valentine's Day horror stories. I thought, what a better way to celebrate, even though Valentine's Day when we're recording this was yesterday. But we're gonna watch a scary video. We got Atlas in the video. Show them Atlas. They like him. Oh, look at his ugly ass. Ugly. He's so ugly.
Why you talking shit? That's his question.
Oh my god. He's ugly as hell. I'm not mean. I'm the nicest boyfriend ever. It's an animated story. I don't know what they're about, but they're 3 Valentine's Day true. I don't know if it's true, but it says true, so we're gonna assume it's true. Scary stories. And yeah, we're gonna get into it. Yeah, let's go.
It's Valentine's Day week.
Oh.
You can't dump her now.
Yeah.
That will be awful.
Don't you think
Can
I
you
know
hear
that?
this?
Keep your voice low.
I don't hear anything.
I was talking to my
Release-
friend Daniel, sitting
good.
in my living room while my girlfriend Kesha was busy in the kitchen. Kesha and I met a few months back through mutual friends. I work at this IT company, whereas she is a freelance copywriter. Honestly, she is a nice girl, but for the last few weeks, it has come to my understanding that things aren't going to work between us. I'm not ready for a serious relationship yet, and she doesn't understand that. I don't exactly blame her for falling for me. Kesha has had a troubled childhood. She never got along with her mother, and her father abandoned them long back. So she kind of
Is
raised
that a red
herself.
flag already?
But it is not rational to be with someone because you feel pity for them. I've decided to break the ice after Valentine's Day because
That's facts,
it'll
though.
be good for both of us in the long run.
What will be good for both of us?
Kesha came in with a big bowl of popcorn while I said the last sentence to Daniel. Nothing. Just some talk about work.
Oh, I see.
We 3 watched the game that night, and this matter took a back seat. The next morning, I was taking the trash out when I found something bizarre on my porch. There was a small, weird-looking doll lying on the doormat. It was made of cotton and linen and looked pretty disturbing.
Huh?
A red liquid was smeared on its body
Voodoo, I
that
guess.
seemed like blood. Thinking someone was playing a prank on me, I got rid of the doll along with the trash. I didn't tell Kesha about it,
Would you think somebody's
but
playing
since
a prank
that
on you?
day, my life turned
What would you
upside
do?
down.
I would
A
probably
few days
also throw it
later,
away.
a scary-looking
You would
woman
what?
started to loiter around my house in the middle of the night. Whenever I woke up and peeked through the curtain, I could see her, standing near the lamppost and looking directly at my window. Her eyes had a mysterious glare that made me feel
The
disgusted.
witch.
Her skin was pale and
Huh?
had pus-filled
Witch,
pimples
ogre,
that could pop at
hybrid.
any moment. I started...
Keep in mind, this is supposed to be a true story. Do you believe this?
This isn't true.
That's what it said. True Valentine's Day.
Okay, where's their citations?
Okay, we're getting a little fancy. I'm just saying, it's supposed to be true.
I don't think so.
to
Yeah.
have
Definitely
horrible nightmares since the day I
Yeah.
saw her. One
I think
recurrent
so too,
nightmare
but
would be
I'm
where
just
I'm
saying,
standing
like,
in
come
a
on.
dark forest. Mists and smog hovered in the air as I stood completely alone and clueless. All of a sudden, a spine-chilling scream echoed, and the skies cracked up, showering a rainfall
Why
of
were you in
blood.
the middle of the woods?
I'm drowning in the
Happened.
blood.
This definitely
All of a
ain't
sudden,
true.
I see
Very
Kesha
screaming.
reaching her arms at me, trying to save me from drowning. After a point, I started to feel scared to live alone, so I asked Kesha to move in with me for a while. Not having a single clue on what the hell was wrong with her boyfriend, Kesha agreed happily. I couldn't tell her all this, thinking she will leave me if I freaked her out, but one night she did find out, and she got scared to death too. It was 2 a.m. I was watching TV in the living room to avoid falling asleep for the nightmares. Kesha was sleeping upstairs. I might have dozed off too when I heard her scream from the washroom. I quickly ran to the bathroom and saw her sobbing, seated on the bathroom floor. "What happened? Are you all right?" She couldn't speak, just raised her trembling hand and pointed to the bathtub. A headless crow was floating in the bathtub.
Is that the fucking doll?
The clogged water was
that ain't
red
the
with
doll.
its blood. Someone threw it from the open bathroom window, and I knew who it was.
The witch ogre.
The what? That's disgusting.
Hearing the laughter from our backyard, I ran outside, grabbing my baseball bat. Kesha came along. We both searched our entire backyard, but saw
They call
no
the
one.
cops at that point.
Suddenly,
Yeah, call the cops
Kesha
at that
said
point.
in an agitated voice.
Who is that?
I followed her eyes and saw the same creepy woman standing on the other side of the road and laughing at us. The woman said in a shrill yet calm voice,
Submit yourself, Andrew. Stop fighting it. Leaving love because it's not working is a statement for cowards.
What? What the hell is she talking about?
The creepy woman disappeared
That's
in the
what I'm
darkness,
saying. Wait.
and I was left with Kesha's
Is
frown.
that the chick from the beginning?
You stupid.
What chick from the beginning?
The chick in the beginning where he said he didn't want to be with her.
That's the same girl.
No.
Yes.
You sure?
Yes.
Round
You're not
eyebrow
paying
face.
attention?
I had
I thought I
no
was.
idea how
I'm
this
confused.
woman knew about my plans
Then why
of
did
breaking
that
up
witch
with my
lady say that
girlfriend.
shit?
I stood there silently,
See?
then said, "I'm gonna call the cops. This woman is insane." I walked inside the house, and Kesha followed me, saying,
Answer my question, Andrew. Are you planning to break up with me?
"A psycho woman is leaving creepy dolls and a headless crow at my
You
house,
have that
and
right.
this is what you're concerned about now?"
Just answer the damn question.
Yes, I want to break up. This is not working out, and I'm tired of pretending, Kesha. You happy now?
Then why didn't you say anything?
Because Valentine's Day is coming, and I didn't want to break up with you at this time.
So you thought it would be less trouble if you broke my heart after celebrating Valentine's Day with me?
My God, women are insane. I was about to
What?
dial 911
I don't-
when the doorbell rang.
You might
feel
want
like
to
it'd
get
just
that.
be better
I
to
swear,
break
if
up
this is the psycho woman, I will
and
break
get
her
over
jaw
it if
right
you
now.
wanted to.
I stormed towards the
Yeah.
door and opened it just one jolt. But before I could see who it was, someone blew powdery stuff on my face, and everything went blurry.
It's fun.
My head began to feel heavy, and with my blurry vision, I saw that creepy woman standing on my doorstep and laughing like a maniac. The sound of
She's a
boiling
witch
water,
ogre.
accompanied by a rancid smell,
She's a witch
woke me up
ogre.
from my drowsy state.
Yeah.
It took me a few seconds to realize I was tied to a chair. I looked around and saw that creepy woman cooking something in my kitchen while chanting some
Oh,
weird.
you're getting it now.
This is Blanco,
Oh, we skipped it at the same time.
the free-to-play multiplayer game where you can unlock, earn, and sell NFTs in-game.
weird spells.
That's gonna be like our
How
mom
dare
or
you
some
step
shit.
inside my house?
Why do you even care?
Where is Kesha? What did you do to her? Kesha walked in, and she looked perfectly fine. She came close to my face, and something was odd about her. She gave me a cold stare, and then smiled big. There was something in her smile that intended evil.
Sorry, Andrew.
What did I fucking
I had
say?
to put up this act, but you deserved it.
What the hell is this woman doing in my house, and what are you talking about?
This woman is my mother. I had to reconnect with her because you left me no choice. I heard you and Daniel the other night. You can't break up with me. That's why I told my mom to help me. She's quite accomplished in voodoo, you know.
Oh, I don't know.
We've been casting spells on you. That's why you had those bad dreams. But don't worry. Tonight, we'll do the last spell.
That's
The
fine.
obsession spell. And you'll never think of leaving me again.
Why'd they make the
If she
mom?
really
If
wanted,
that really is his
if
mom.
she really
What?
wanted to do
Are
that,
you crazy?
she would
Mom, how
give
long
him
is it
that
going to take?
potion and not want to be with him.
If that really is her mom, one, she's busted. I wanted to say that. Because why is
She was in an accident.
Babe, you even said she looks like a fucking ogre. You said an ogre witch. No, so I don't think she was in an accident. She's busted.
I mean, voodoo takes a toll of dark magic.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
That's why I would never.
No voodoo?
If I would never date no girl into none of that, no voodoo, none of that, bro.
It's not all voodoo.
That's a big red flag. Well, the first thing she says,
not all voodoo is bad.
Let's continue.
Crow head, my fingernails, your hair, and pig blood.
Not all voodoo
Sounds
is bad.
delicious,
We're
huh?
talking about pig blood.
This isn't gonna work on me. I'll put you freaks behind bars. I'll never love you, Kesha. You are a psycho. She slapped me hard, and her witch of a mother laughed seeing that. I couldn't believe all this time Kesha remained a part of this voodoo stuff, and I had no idea. The woman poured that disgusting liquid into a glass and handed it over to Kesha. I sealed my lips in disgust, but Kesha poured the rancid blood potion inside my mouth. The hot, gooey drink burnt my tongue. I couldn't hold back and vomited on my clothes. I slowly fell asleep after that. Today is my wedding day. Yes, Kesha and I are getting married. I still want to break up with her, but whenever I think of doing that, my mind gets all messed up and I forget to speak for an hour. Something inside me prevents me from uttering the words. I don't know if I will ever be able to free myself from the grasp of this evil woman.
Honey, the guests are waiting. Come here now.
I don't think this
She's calling me. I have to go
I don't
now.
think this shit's true either. Do you believe in voodoo?
This happened on
I'll tell him to
Valentine's
subscribe
Day
to.
last year. My husband and I rented a small
Ain't that
cabin
look like Michael
on the
Jackson?
outskirts.
No.
There was a lake
That
at
looks
the
like
back of
Michael
our
Jackson.
cabin. We wanted to have a
the
cozy
same hair,
time
nose,
on Valentine's Day,
shape head.
as it was also our first wedding anniversary. I love being in nature, so the place was like a treat to the eyes. The deep woods surrounding us like ancient warriors, and the lake resided in the middle like a patch of mirror. The water was so crystal clear that everything cast a perfect shadow on the surface of the lake. We drove there on the morning of February 14th. Upon reaching the place, my husband took me into his arms and said,
We are gonna have a great time.
I smiled and hugged him back. The cabin was very clean, perfect for a couple looking for a romantic stay. The weather was
What a
cloudy,
big prediction.
which made the
What the
ambiance a
fuck?
bit chilly.
You just,
I thought about lighting the
Why do you
fireplace
think he's a
while my
murderer?
husband carried our
In a
luggage to the
secluded
bedroom.
area, and he
The
said
wood
they're gonna have
crackled
a
as soon as it
great
came in
time.
touch with the fire. There was a big
So, take you out to a secluded area. What if I wanted to get out? I'm like, babe, let's go to the cabins or whatever. And I pay for this hotel. And I'm like, we're gonna have a great time. You're gonna assume you're gonna get murdered? Yeah.
It would cross my mind.
It'll cross your mind? Well, you do have me as
glass
a murderer on
window
your phone.
beside
Watch
the
out.
fireplace that gave a perfect view of the lake. I was watching the view outside when I heard a man coming out from the bushes. He
It's a
seemed
mime.
like a weird guy.
That ain't
He
no
was
mime.
dressed like a mime artist.
That's
I
a
took
ghost.
fine arts in college, so
See,
I
the
recognized
husband's
his
not even the
gestures
bad guy. This
immediately.
dude's the bad guy.
His black and white ribbed shirt had stains on it. I could only see part of his face, yet I couldn't help but feel creeped out by it. His eyes were
That looks
circled
like her
out with
husband.
black paint to make them look more expressive. The white paint all over his face didn't look
You might be
normal
right about
at
this
all.
one.
He stared at the lake water like he was looking in the mirror, then started to make faces. First, he smiled, then laughed, and
What
finally
would you
cried. I've seen mime artists practicing facial expressions before, performing on the stage. He was doing the same thing. But it did seem odd that he was alone in the middle of the woods, practicing mime while staring into a lake.
What are you looking at?
Oh,
I guess
That
you guys
man,
don't know him unless he
he
can
is
fucking
so
teleport.
weird. My husband came to the
phone.
window as well, and we both kept watching the man.
Why the hell is he dressed like that?
He's a mime artist.
And you know that how?
I
That
knew
motherfucker
some
look like
in
Michael Jackson.
college.
I don't care.
Nerds.
He then grabbed me from behind and said,
Maybe I should make your life more interesting.
Smiling at his romantic gesture, I took my eyes off the window for a second, and the man looked at us. Before I could get a clear view of his face, he walked into the woods, just like he came. For the moment, I ignored the matter. As the sun set, the sound of the forest started to grow louder.
Bro,
crickets.
They go to the woods. Okay, pretend you go to the woods, you see a man. Are you gonna just ignore the matter?
What am I gonna do about it?
Bro, go home. Get your ass back home.
I need money for the cabin.
So you're willing to die? Yo!
It says I'm gonna
white
die.
people, bro. I'm just saying. That's a white person thing. Any Hispanic, I'm Dominican, I can say this. Me and my family, we would have been out of there. We would have been out. Any Hispanic, bro. You said
some frogs began to sing for us as we prepared for a romantic dinner.
Alright.
I lit candles while my husband arranged the table with flowers. He played some music, and we opened the first bottle of wine. This vacation was a long-awaited one, so we both wanted to make the most of it. After 2 rounds of drinks, he asked me to dance with him. I blushed and held his hand. We started dancing as we did on our wedding day. I was getting lost in his arms, but when my eyes went to the glass window behind the fireplace, my heart skipped a beat. In the darkness, a pair of wide eyes were glowing like headlights. They were looking at us directly. The eyes weren't blinking or moving an inch, fixated on me and my husband as we danced to the music. I was so choked down with fear that for a few seconds I couldn't even utter a single word. Suddenly, the owner of those eyes turned on the flashlight that he was holding in his hands, and his face illuminated like a bad dream on a cold night. It was that mime artist who I had seen near the lake that afternoon. He licked his lips in a filthy way like he was looking at food. I couldn't contain myself anymore and screamed at the top of my lungs. Ah!
What happened, Susie?
He's watching us. As I pointed to the window, my husband turned around, and to my surprise, the mime guy didn't even try to escape. He kept standing there, staring into my eyes and ignoring my husband like he wasn't even there.
You freak!
My husband got pretty mad and ran outside to teach the guy a lesson. I followed him, and as we came out, the man turned at us like he was waiting for us to come outside. Realizing something was completely off about this entire scenario, I tried to stop my husband, but it was too late. My husband reached close to the guy and was all set to throw a punch at his face when he stepped on something that was hidden in the ground like a booby trap. A quick slamming sound took place, and my
Students with ADHD save 10 hours studying with this Chrome extension.
But no.
Yeah, I just got to that part.
husband screamed in pain. I looked at the ground and saw his leg stuck in a man trap. The sharp teeth of the Iron Man trap had pierced his ankle, and no matter how hard he tried, he couldn't free himself from this death grasp. I understood that it was all planned, and we had stepped into this psycho's trap. The mime guy laughed and then took out a crowbar from his back pocket. He raised his arms high to the sky and then hit my husband right in the middle of his head, making blood pour out like a fountain. I was too horrified to move. I wanted to run away and call for help, but we were in the middle of the woods. Who was going to save us?
He's still standing there like that.
My husband died bleeding to death, and when his trembling body collapsed on the ground and became lifeless, the mime guy did something unthinkable. He sat down near my dead husband's body and started to cry. He was crying the same way from the afternoon. A chilled shiver rushed down my spine as I discovered something far more sinister. First, he smiled. Then he laughed. And now he's crying. Holy shit. This guy wasn't fooling around near the lake in the afternoon. He was practicing the expressions that he planned to show during the murder of my husband. I ran to the cabin and heard chasing footsteps behind me. I was inches away from the door when the man hit me with the crowbar. The strike was so hard that I fainted right away. When I woke up, I found myself lying on the living room couch. There's no doubt I was carried into the house. The murderer of my husband stepped into the living room with a bowl of soup.
Please, don't kill me. What wrong have we done to you? Let me go, please.
The mime guy sat beside me and handed me the soup without saying anything. For the first time, he spoke.
Don't be afraid. I just wanted to save you.
Save me? From what? You just killed my husband, you psycho murderer.
Check your dear husband's bag and you'll know it. Go on.
I slowly walked to the bedroom and opened my husband's duffel bag. The ground beneath my feet swept away. There was a knife and handcuffs inside it.
When your car pulled into the driveway, I noticed him put these things inside his backpack that he hid inside the trunk. I just wanted to help you and let you know how beautiful you are, Susie. Will you be mine?
My head started to throb in
could have
pain.
planted that stuff.
I didn't know what was more psychotic, knowing that my husband had wanted to kill me, or falling for the psycho who saved me by murdering him.
In the bag while she
No
was
matter
out.
how twisted it sounded, I didn't want to spend Valentine's Day alone. So yeah, look at me, dancing with this mime artist.
What?
It's the same song that my husband and I were dancing to. At least this time, I'm safe. As I hid my numbed face and betwitched mind in his chest, I heard him whisper into my ear.
Nothing will harm you, Susie. You're safe now. I will take care of you forever.
See?
Oh, so you were right. I thought he was actually fucking crazy.
If you ever fall for someone to kill me, I'm gonna haunt you. I'm gonna be a horrible ghost.
Today is Valentine's Day, and unlike everyone else, I'm happy not to have a partner to be with. More than happy, actually relaxed, calm, at peace. Some friends tell me that this is not normal, that I cannot be alone forever. But after what happened 2 years ago, I wish I was always single. I just can't trust. It all started one day, like any other in college. I was walking to my apartment when a girl bumped into me.
Ouch!
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.
No, it's okay. It was my fault. I was distracted. It's just that I don't know where my next class is. I'm new around here.
On the other hand, I wasn't new here at all. I had been here a few years since I had started college, so I helped her get where she needed to be. Before she walked into her class, I stopped her. Do you want my cell phone number? I could help you if you ever need it. I live close by. She smiled. At the time, I wasn't able to notice it, but there was something strange about the way she smiled. And besides, her face looked familiar to me, but I wasn't sure I didn't know her.
Sure. By the way, my name is Abby.
Nice to meet you, Abby. I'm Jaden.
She's gonna be obsessed with him or some shit. Yeah.
It didn't bother me to see her again at all. Her dark hair, those radiant eyes, and her cute freckles. She was just the kind of girl I like. In fact, I was hoping she would call me sometime. It didn't take long for her to do it. The next time I helped her, she insisted on taking me out to dinner one day. That's how we started to get to know each other better. So you're studying nursing. You must like it a lot.
Yes, something like that.
So, what do you like to do? Over time, I began to realize how compatible we were. Our tastes were very similar, and her personality, even if she acted a little weird sometimes, was just perfect. That's why we continued going out together. Abby always chose the place we would go to, but surprisingly, each time it was a place that I liked. We had a great time together. In fact, I was convinced that we were the perfect match. So I decided to ask her to be my girlfriend a few weeks before Valentine's Day. She said yes. Everything was going perfect as the days passed until Valentine's Day.
See, he went from
to celebrate, Abby invited me to her apartment. She said we would have dinner together. In the evening, I arrived at her apartment with a bouquet of roses in my hand.
Aw, thank you very much, my love.
I kissed her before she put the roses in a vase of water. For some reason, there was something about her that seemed different.
I'm so sorry, but I haven't finished dinner yet. You came earlier than you should have. You seem thirsty. Do you want a drink while you wait, my love?
I had no problem accepting the offer. Once I sat down on the couch, she brought me a drink. Thanks, honey. She nodded slowly, looking at me expectantly as I took the first sip of my drink. Her eyes were wide open. She didn't blink at any moment. I swallowed. Are you... Before I could ask if she was okay, she blinked. Her expression turned into one of concern.
Oh, I forgot something in my car. Please wait here, my love. And don't go to my room. I'm warning you.
I didn't mean to peek into her room, but while she was outside, I heard a knock coming from there. It sounded as if something had fallen. Abby was taking so long that I decided to see if everything was okay in her room.
Weapons in there.
I thought that there would be no problem, since I was sure that she didn't want me to go in her room because she had a surprise for me there. When I walked in, the place was in complete darkness, except for a light coming from what looked like a closet. The light was orange. It seemed like candlelight. I had no idea why she would have a candle in her closet, but I had to put it out, or there could be a fire, so I opened it. What I saw there, in that supposed closet, left me frozen like a statue. My heart was beating fast due to surprise and perhaps fear. There were no clothes there. What was there was a table with several lit candles surrounding a picture of the two of us together. But that was the only part that could be considered normal. On the wall, there were many photos of me, photos that had been taken from afar. Some of them were from when I was still in high school. In each of them, my head was surrounded by a red heart that had been painted by hand. And besides, what had fallen was a doll, which looked a lot like me. It was a voodoo doll.
You weren't supposed to see that.
You were stalking me? Since high school?
Voodoo, bro?
What the hell is wrong with you? And what's with that? Were you voodooing me? You're crazy!
I told you you weren't supposed to see that. But never mind. It's sad that you still don't recognize me, Jaden.
Were you voodooing me?
Suddenly, she pulled hard on her hair. In this way, she revealed that she was wearing a wig. Her real hair was blonde. Then, she rubbed her cheeks, gradually making the freckles disappear. At that moment, I recognized her. Abby was a girl who went to the same high school as me. She was a few years younger, but she always seemed to be at the places I went back then. Even so, we never speak.
Do you recognize me now, Jaden?
I stayed where I was, listening to her creepy laugh, not knowing what to do or say. Then, suddenly, she stopped.
You ruined everything, Jaden. Everything. We were supposed to be together forever.
She was completely crazy. I needed to get out of there. So I walked towards her and tried to push her away from the door. But at that moment, I felt a huge dizziness that prevented me from doing so.
Are you trying to escape? You can't. You will never do it.
Did you poison me? You are crazy. When I came back to consciousness after passing out, she had tied my hands and feet to the ends of her bed.
Welcome back, Jaden. I didn't mean to poison you for this, you know. I have something that can make you feel better. What I went to look for in the car. I poisoned you so I could take care of you. I was going to take care of you forever, Jaden. And I will. But now I just want to do this with you, Jaden. Take me.
No, wait. I don't. Stop. Please stop. Abby, stop.
Whatever.
She didn't stop. And I passed out at some point during the night. When I woke up in the morning, she was sleeping next to me, which I found more than gross. It wasn't too difficult to untie the knots on my wrist. Apparently doing them wasn't one of her skills. I was untying one with my feet. Why are they making her look green as fuck? She's really looking like the whole chick.
Highly doubt you
quickly, I finished untying myself.
I mean, obviously,
and before she could do anything,
but they animated
I pushed her
like
off the bed, which would hopefully buy me some more time.
She looked like a zombie.
I left the room and went to the front door, but when I noticed that it was closed, I broke the window next to it and went out.
Jaden!
I didn't mind being only in my underwear. I had to escape from her. I hadn't even taken my cell phone with me. But luckily, some students offered to help me. After that day, I made sure she got what she deserved for what she had done to me. poisoned me, kidnapped me, and used my body against my will. We had to go through a trial, which was a difficult process for me, but the worst part was when they were taking her away after it was over, because she looked right at me and said,
I love you, Jaden. I will always love you.
She was lovesick, truly lovesick. Without a doubt, justice will never restore my trust.
Thanks for watching.
Comment.
Oh,
comment. You did good though. Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment for more. And peace.